Here we go, Stoic. We're going into round one. KELIANBAO versus Diligent in the grudge match. This is the rematch from season 26.
Let's get into it, guys. We've got pre-bans getting locked in right now. Tian Lang and the Berghilde getting
The
pre-banned.
Berghilde. Yeah. We've talked a lot about her. Maybe they heard us coming through. I highly doubt that they're listening. However, that it should be a testament to just how strong that unit is, and just like that, Laura is a testament to how strong she is, even post-nerf there, Stoic.
Yep, that's right. Looks like Diligent's probably going to go the outspeeding route with that 120 base speed Laura getting locked in here. We've got a 24 speed lead getting locked in with the Maximilian, of course, with a Veronica being paired up right next to it. What great double LD Nat 5s coming out of our player right there, KELIANBAO.
Yeah, KELIANBAO is just kind of doing the same thing that he did last season. And, don't mistake that for a complaint, chat. I'm excited to see his playstyle go through. It is so refreshing to see a cleave. I just need to see if Diligent can properly prepare for it this time, because last time Stoic didn't pre-ban, or rather didn't ban or pre-ban the Maximilian and ended up getting punished for it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we've got two speed leads, Han, Maximilian getting locked in here. This is still where I really want to see. Okay, so the Wunsa is the unit that's probably going to get banned out here. This is the fastest unit, or one of the fastest units on the field here that KELIANBAO has to worry about. So Wunsa, great pick. I don't think it's going to make it through here. Ragdoll's going to get, do you really go with the Ragdoll? In my opinion, you don't go with the Ragdoll. You have such a proactive team. Like, it's kind of strange for me to see a Ragdoll get dropped in at the end here.
I totally agree with you there, Stoic. Yeah, it's the only reason why I wasn't such a fan of it is because we know we're banning out the wound sub. We know Nefty's going to make it through. Nefty's goes off, potentially silences the entire team, and then inadvertently, even though you're getting attacked, part of the team can't really necessarily do anything. Let's see how this plays out in game. Bans are done. Veronica taking turn one, getting the increased cooldown time on everybody in play except for the Moor.
Yeah, we know that Moor is built very, very fast. Diligent known to have a fantastic Moor here. Of course, we've got Laura is going to be going right after that. Built on Violent. This is such a fast Laura, by the way.
Even on Violent, you can tell a sleep would have absolutely thrown a wrench in the machine there. But unfortunately, no disruption is there. Can he push back attack bar? No activation. Maybe a little attack break is all he needs, but here comes Nikki to balance out the scales.
Yep, that's right. Such a big skill with that third there. Maximilian's going to be hitting real hard here with that attack break. It don't matter. It's just so much damage. Han's going to be finishing off another unit. Additional turns coming in through. And KELIANBAO with a very commanding round one victory over Diligent.
Diligent's in the middle of having flashbacks, Stoic. Like, this is exactly what we saw happen last time. There's some kind of disconnect there with Diligent in these drafts. He doesn't really want to ban out the big damage for some reason. And there's a lot going on with Maximilian. He also provides a 24% speed lead.
Yep, that's right. So I do think Maximilian probably should be in the, because I think that shakes up the draft there for KELIANBAO. Take the Maximilian out, and I think there's a bit of a transition with what he has to bring to his team, needing an additional speed lead like that. So what could it be? We'll have to find out what that speed lead could be. Maybe potentially, since he has first pick now, Maximilian gets banned out, he takes a Water Ryu instead, and then just like alters the draft just a little bit here. But I do think Diligent should be in the realm of, again, we talked about this last time, bring in the Sekhmet, the Ethna, the Zabala, that big turn one unit to really mix things up here and stop him, reset a unit, or at least stun up a unit where you're interrupting the draft of KELIANBAO.
And notably, every unit that you listed too has a really fast base speed. I think he was in the right train of thought with the Laura and the Wunsa, obviously, because KELIANBAO banned out the Wunsa knowing that it was going to be a threat to his turn one play, and it wasn't even going to proc Ragdoll if Ragdoll had made it through. So I think you're absolutely right. He needs to go the route of outspeed, because if there's one thing that Diligent has in spades, it's speed.
Yep, that's right. And I think that's the route he should be taking here. I think that, it doesn't say like, oh, he drafted the Sekhmet, he's going to win that match, because we've all seen Sekhmet. Sekhmet doesn't land that third skill like usually that says, speaks volumes in a match where, the Ethna, the Sekhmet, the Zabala, it goes in, takes turn one, and then fails. Ultimately that could be the end of the match right away in the first turn. So we'll see what happens, guys, as we get into this second round here with Diligent in KELIANBAO. Pre-bans getting locked in right now.
Berghilde, yeah, definitely getting locked in, right? I want to see some Berghilde gameplay right now. Let's see it. The Nefties, that's interesting. Denying a speed lead is really powerful there. I think that's probably what KELIANBAO is trying to do, is just make him sweat a little bit, to him being diligent, having to dig a little deeper into his box to find that speed lead. And of course, the Veronica just puts you at such a disadvantage on turn 1.
Definitely. I mean, that Veronica reset the Laura, so that was definitely putting, Diligent kind of on the back foot immediately in that match. I think the Nephthys is a great pre-ban, knowing how fast that Nephthys was, because that really could have stopped the Maximilian. So I like the ban on the Nephthys. I do think Water Ryu Chung Pong potentially coming back out again for Diligent. But KELIANBAO, there's a change of pace right now with that the Keating dashing the Light Monkey King getting drafted first. So that's interesting first pick from him.
I was gonna ask about that. Is that a steal from the Kitian Desheng? Was he taking that? I don't know if he's worried about that. I don't know if that's something Diligent had. I'd have to double check. But I love the wedge at Laura pick here too.
I love the wedge at Laura. We're very familiar with this. Both units have been nerfed, and they are still great units here. Wow, we're seeing such a different side of KELIANBAO right now. Connell and Tian Lang drafted. Chung Pong, I think Chung Pong belongs here. I would expect to see a Chung Pong. And to be honest with you, I still really like the Water Ryu. But Masha brings a lot of volatility. These are those high damage units here. I think this is totally fine. Obviously protecting itself with immunity. So what do we have for strippers on the other side of the field here? What is KELIANBAO bringing to the table here to interrupt Diligent?
Man, this is totally different play than what we've seen from KELIANBAO in either season's Legend tournament that he's been in. Oh, Elenoa, one of my favorite LD5s, getting picked alongside the Light Totemis.
This is so interesting. So we're bringing a lot of skill reset for KELIANBAO. Like this playstyle, he flipped his playstyle on its head completely. Hey, I love the Sonya. I think Sonya is going to be an excellent unit to probably take out one of those back units, or even that Light Monkey King as well. But I feel like that is stating a potential ban on the Connell, removing that big as well.
It could be that. Does Kellyan need to ban the Sonya here to deny that turn 1 snipe, Stoic? Because this is he's definitely going for this mid game. Like KELIANBAO needs to kind of set himself up for the mid game.
I think so, and I think getting rid of Sonya is a great pick here, because that's highly volatile right now. But keep in mind, Masha's still an excellent pick right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what this tells me is KELIANBAO is very confident in the tankiness of his units. I mean, with an HP lead from the Cardinal, maybe he can just soak the Sonya's damage.
Well, we'll see what happens, because Laura should definitely be in front of that Sonya. Laura is going to provide a ton of additional damage, potentially opening up a window there for Sonya, but Sonya's way too quick here.
First, let's see.
Whoa!
So the confidence was not misplaced. Not misplaced confidence at all.
Yeah, so threw up a dud right there, trying to take away that Light Monkey King. So stays alive. Serious Matters coming out. It's a great reset, taking advantage of all the will being removed.
And only 1 increased cooldown time going out on the Kitian Desheng. So he's without skills for a turn, but we can quickly get those back. Elenoa could help with that easily. The slow is going to keep her from getting there a little faster, so.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Laura's second skill does stun. I know we didn't see any stuns land out there, but it does stun. We did get a slow on top of the Elenoa, which was quite nice. We're going to see a reset coming out here with that 3rd skill there. And it is going to go to the Light Monkey King, who's sitting on his grave at the moment with 0.5% HP, able to sleep everybody except that Sonya.
That was a really nice play from KELIANBAO. Only so much you can do against the glancing on Sonya. I think that was a nice last-ditch effort to try to get some control in this game. Let's see if Cardinal can do something to this thing, or if he's going to just wake up somebody else. Nope, he does, in fact, hit the Sonya. You have to eventually. Nice proc from the Cardinal.
It is a good proc. He does go with the skill 3. That's very. I thought he was going to leave everybody sleeping there. He didn't get any stuns, by the way, as well. So a little bit of attack bar pushback here. Sonya, second skill is back.
We're going to have to see what the repercussions are of using that skill 3 from the Cardinal. That felt like a bit of an overcommitment. I would have preferred to see these people still asleep. And then we have Cardinal in the back line, ready and waiting with that skill 3. Let's see, if you're not punished, it's not a misplay, right?
Yeah, that is very, very true. I do think he should have went with that provoke there on the Sonya to keep that unit back there, because maybe you wouldn't have seen all that damage come out of his Elenoa now. But Elenoa's still alive. These are really, really tanky units taking the big damage that Sonya is able to produce here.
Here we go. Skill 3. Skill 3 again with no punish. So, you know what? I guess KELIANBAO knew what he was doing. He decided to take the damage and the slows where he could get it.
That is for sure. Big second skill there, getting a little bit of tackle with that Eleanor, getting pushed. No, resisting the pushback there.
Really convenient timing for that immunity to come through. That was the perfect opportunity. And with a defense break sitting on Laura, it's up to Carnal to be pulling the team forward. But I can't help but notice the Diligent is looking awfully healthy for this stage in the game. And that proc is not helping anybody.
Yeah, definitely a really nice proc there for Diligent. Eleanor somehow just holding on right now. Finally dropping to the Chung Pung, though. I don't see KELIANBAO bouncing back right now. I mean, he's getting a little bit of resistance in here, but we'll see what happens. I know Connell's able to do some pretty crazy things, so he's got his immunity up here. There is no strip available. I don't believe Chung Pung has second skill, though.
I think he threw it out earlier, so no, yeah, he doesn't yet, but a proc would get him there. It's just that Diligent is looking so healthy. Again, like, we're asking a lot of Carnal right now to take control of the match from this point forward. Well, let's see. He does have skill 3 up, so let's see what magic we can pull. If we can pull some kind of AoE stun lock situation, then KELIANBAO is very much still in the game.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we have to see, and Connell's just not getting these stuns there. You know, we've seen him get plenty of stuns in the past. He could be an absolute menace out here, but he's just not getting those opportunities. The additional damage rolling in with this Laura, you know, we do having those scripts are super nice right now. But yeah, you know what? He should have went with a skill 2, stunned everybody up there, able to use a serious matter.
Yeah, 100% should have gone for skill 2, but you know, honestly, Diligent's in the lead right now. This is his game to lose, so he can kind of get away with making like choices like that. Although that was an awful lot of damage coming from Carnal. All of a sudden, Laura's looking like she might be the next one to go.
Yeah, clock is ticking, man. Keeping up with that immunity, not able to get a serious matter out here. Of course, if he gets the additional turn, we're going to get that. Oh, he's going for the additional damage anyways. Wow.
Gotta provoke. Didn't get anything.
I think he has to go with the skill 2 here, to be honest. I think you want to get the slow.
He should have done it and gone for it before, but it looks like it's not going to matter. If that kills, and just like that, that is game. KELIANBAO swapping to that more control comp didn't end up yielding the results he was hoping for, and now all of a sudden we're sitting at 1-1 in the first set of RTA Season 27 Legend Tournament. What did you think of the changeup from KELIANBAO there, Stud?
I liked it, to be honest. I think, you know, for showcasing so much cleave and then swapping over to more control there, you know, I thought everything was working fine for him. His units are so tanky. He was able to take the Sonya damage so well across the board there. So I feel like he's got a good thing going for himself there. I think what happened here is Diligent had a little bit better draft, and I think it just came in the form of just having those strips there. Laura providing the strip, Chung Pung providing the strips, and then able to get so many turns with the Widget. So really helpful. He's able to keep those units back, even though there was so much skill cooldown reset for his own team. KELIANBAO offering with the Light Maya. What's her name? Like, not Light Ella. There we go.
Ella.
We're on it.
Yes.
And Ella Noah.
That's it. Ella. Ella and
both
Ella
these units
Noah.
able to reset so much cooldown there. So for his own team. So like, I really like that. So we'll see what happens. I'm a fan of both drafts there. Obviously, Diligent coming out on top, and I think the strips had everything to do with it. Able to remove all the effort that KELIANBAO was trying to put into his team.
Like, I love what KELIANBAO was showing us. He had this really cool idea. It's like, I've got this potential to stun lock people. With all this cooldown reduction, being able to give turns with Eleanor, that's a really cool combo, and I would have liked to see it kind of get underway. Unfortunately, he actually didn't really get too many stuns with Carnal at all. So, maybe it was just kind of like, sometimes you just don't get the stuns. You know, maybe it could work again if he tries it. But personally, I'd like to see him return to the cleave, and that's not just out of trying to get you to bed earlier stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're going into game 3. This is going to be match point right here anyways. Ragdoll, that's getting banned out. Diligent right now is totally reading into his opponent. He believes his opponent's going to go down that cleave route one more time, and he doesn't want to have to worry about banning out the Rag. That's what it looks like is happening right now. Veronica Maximilian getting slammed down by KELIANBAO.
He just needs to lock it in. I don't know. He's spending a lot of time thinking about it. That was a lot of hesitation from KELIANBAO. How does Diligent respond?
It's interesting to see that kind of hesitation, because it definitely feels like he was very unsure. Does he really want to go down this road? Does he think Diligent's going to respond better than that very first match here? And I love where Nephthys is placed right now, not placed later on, because he's showing like, hey, you know how fast this Nephthys is. Do you really want to go down that road again?
Yeah, doth thou want to deal with it? So it's a great presenting it. Whoa, throwing out the wedge at right here, right now, and Amasha. That's kind of cool, especially considering that it gives the team a little bit of staying power between the anti-crit and the defense buff, and then also Masha essentially having a second life once she's off the horse, as it were.
Yep. I love it. I think this is a great draft for Diligent here. I think Doc Robo is fantastic. I think it comes down to is who's quicker. And I feel, that's the more I was going to say, if that more goes through, I think I give a lot of credit to Diligent right now. But after seeing more banned out, I can't help but give a little bit of credit to KELIANBAO. We'll see if he can take the turn 1 over Diligent.
It was a good ban. It was a really good ban. And look, now he's getting full mileage out of that dark speed lead. Gets the strips except for Masha. Let's see what Maximilian can pump out here in terms of damage. Does get the attack bar reduction.
Nick,
here comes the Nikki.
Pummeling the damage. That is so crazy. So I mean, it's technically it is over. I just don't see how Diligent can come back from that. That's just so much damage right out the gate there. Nikki, Maximilian, everything getting the nice speed lead coming from that Han as well. Han able to finish off every one of these units. Excellent draft there for KELIANBAO. I give him full credit for how fast he had that Doc Robo.